the reactions of the fans and what have you. They are not used to in their previous teams, and now they have seen it and they are becoming used to it. So it's all about adaptation. Gradually, the integration will come, the team chemistry will come, and once the integration and the chemistry is consolidated, I think the cohesion will come automatically.
Now, I just want to bring a bit of history. Last season, proud to your match with Nation FC, now Kotoko have lost 3 matches. Nation FC won that match before your match. They won against Brekum Chelsea 3-0. This season, too, the same thing has happened. They won their match against Insua. I know history does not play football, but to me, tactically, when you look at Nations FC, coach, let's be realistic. Do you think that tactically, physically, psychologically, they are above your team?
I don't think so. We are not just getting the results. The game is about getting results. But if you've been watching our games, you get to know that we play very well. Even though it's a new team, when we are playing, you will not even see that it's a new team. They play very well. The only thing that is lacking in our game is putting the ball at the back of the net. In terms of history, I think the dynamics are different. Last season is different from this season. Different crop of players, different venue, everything is different. So we just have to wait for the game to unfold.
Coach, let me push you to any prediction
or not.
Thank you very much. So that is Coach Prosper Nati Ogu, and he has said it all. I feel you heard the coach.
Obviously, he doesn't want to lay his cards on the table as we speak right now. But definitely, I believe he has something up his sleeves for this game. Kotoko has been fantastic. They just lack a bit of I can't really pinpoint exactly what's wrong with the Kotoko team right now, because they play so well, they create so many chances. When you have so much creativity and very strong, very physical. I wonder how Albert Amwa and the rest will be able to deal with the defense of Nations FC. They've been fantastic.
Okay, so that is Mr. Phil Anna for you. He was trying to analyze Nations FC last season and this season, how they've been fantastic when you talk about their form. And I can tell you, when you go to Abraham Kesse, Abraham Kesse has been a fortress for teams that comes there. And I've been there. Insua was there. They were walloped 3-0. And who orchestrated that is this coach, Coach Kasim Mengo. Coach Okanse Mengo. Coach. Okay, Okanse. Mengo Okanse. Okay, so Coach Mengo Okanse is the coach for Nations. Coach, good afternoon. Coach, today's match, the Kumasi Derby, your perception about the match?
Oh, they are senior brothers and we coming to play. They are senior brothers, we coming to play. It's like a local derby. And I think it will be very, very, very competitive and entertainment. We are coming to entertain the fans. We are not coming to fight here. We are all from the same region, so they are our senior brothers. So, but in football, at the time we don't accord a senior brother on the field of play. The better side to play and win.
Coach, is it not mind games that you started right now? Because you are trying to let them have that stuff that they are senior brothers. So is it not mind games you started right now?
We're coming to this football. Is it not true that they are senior brothers?
Yeah, they are your senior brothers.
So.
But last season, looking at your records against them, and this season, are we going to see the same records against them?
The pitch will decide. The pitch will decide. So, the better team with Black being on his side will carry the day.
Okay, coach, let's come to your tactical play. I saw you against Insua. Every 5 to 10 minutes, you variate your system. I was like, is the coach trying to frustrate them? Coach, this time around, what tactical changes are we going to see?
Oh, it's football. It depends on the opposition. the opponent will give you. So you don't just wake up and start varying your system on the field of play. It depends on the opposition you get on the field of play. When we come, we set our team to play, and we see them that they have antidote for what we are doing. We vary it until the time we can overpower them.
Now, Razak Simpson is not with the team today, and I know your El Capitano, the way he performs, the way he organizes the back, with Kofi Mensah. Is it going to have an effect on your team this afternoon?
Oh, a little bit, but we have good replacement for them. You know, definitely your first choice and second choice, there's a little bit difference among them. But I think those who are coming into, it's an opportunity for them to graduate. So I think they are going to play better, and we will just miss them. But they can complement the effort of the rest on the field of play.
Coach, before you take your leave, what encouragement, what kind of motivation? I don't know. You putting something in Chawate. What happened?
That's my job. You get a player from a Division 1 or Division 2, you bring him. The type of training, you will see what he have, what he lack. What he have, you have to polish that side. And what he lack, you have to add it to it for him. So that he become a complete footballer. That's what we are doing over there.
Let me push coach to the wall. Whether he's going to give me the prediction. Coach, any prediction?
Football is a game of uncertainty, so I don't predict games. That's why I say the better side, with luck being on his side, will win.
So the better side and luck.
Yes.
The best team will win.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Coach Mengel Okanse. So we had the coach of Nations FC. I told you tactically, the way he varies his systems. At times I sit down and I ask, the coach has what we call a tactical acumen. Mr. Anand, you had Coach Kasim Mengel.
Coach is every time he's on point, and like he said, he varies his system according to the opposition. Whatever Kotoko will bring to the match today, he will find an antidote and try to stop them and try to find a way to beat them. That is what coaches are meant for, and I believe Coach Ogun also will do the same. But as to whether the players involved in the game will do exactly what the coaches want them to do is what we are yet to see.
Okay, now let's go straight to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. On your screen is their dressing room. So look at Krobia Metema Asante Kotoko with their wonderful colors. This is their dressing room, Phil.
Exactly, and I always say that I like the way this season the teams have branded themselves. Not only branding, but the way they've made the players very happy. Making a player happy in your team is paramount. That shows how you find players playing very well. You were talking about Shawate earlier on. If he is not happy, he would not bring out his best for the team. And I believe the teams are doing so well to help the players as well. They've managed them well. They've managed themselves, the teams very well this season. You can hardly find problems or something negative to talk about the teams this season.
Okay, so that is the dressing room of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You can see some of the jerseys. Albert Amoa is back. You can see his jersey, and you can see Justice Blay, Frederick Asari. You can see some of the jerseys. So that is the dressing room of Kumasi, Krobia Metema Asante Kotoko, and the Hope brand. That is how they've branded themselves here. So that is the dressing room of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Still live here at the Lenclair Sports Stadium, and as I told you, the match is live on a Metro Television Network, Original TV, AFA Sports Channel, GFA app, and Net2 TV. As I told you, my name is Akwasi Adjumampe here. I'm here with Mr. Phil Anai, and we are at the home of GPL, where Ghana Premier League is being made, and the best league I will tell you in Africa now is the Ghana Premier League. So still on Nations FC and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. When we talk about Kotoko, their wins, Nation FC, their wins, this is their 5 wins. They won against Diana Stars away. They won against Dreams FC away. They won home against Vision. They won against Karela away. Then they won against Insuat Ferman. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, their win. They went to Enyinase. No, that's Ali Mahama Park. I'm talking about Karela. Yeah. They won 1-0. They played against Insuat Ferman. It was 1-0. They won against Accra Lions, and they won against Kumasi Samates. So looking at the two teams, their form, let's come to their form now. Yeah. Practically these two teams are the last time that they met 2-2 and Nation FC on.
Do not concede too many goals themselves, but they create a lot of chances. Their problem is having somebody to bury the chances that they create. Nations FC themselves have been very solid at the back. They do not give away too many spaces, empty spaces for attackers to fall into. They are very organized at the back, especially the back. So they don't concede too many goals. The goalkeeper itself is very, it helps the team as well. When they play as a unit, when you face a team that plays as a unit, and they are very organized. I like their colors and how they comport themselves anytime you find them. They've done well.
So let's talk about Nations FC. Talking about their 5 away matches that they've played. They've scored 4 goals and they've conceded 2 and they have 3 clean sheets. So Nations FC, they played Diana Stars and they won 2-1. They played against Dreams. It was 1-0. Karela, they won 1. Now then week 10, Young Apostle, it was 0-0. Then Mediama, it was 1-0 in favor of Mediama FC. So looking at their away form and looking at Kumase, Asante Kotoko, because Nations are playing away, Kotoko are playing home. So exactly. Kumase, Asante Kotoko, 5 home matches, 3 wins. Looking at they won against Insuatreman 1-0. They won against Accra Lions 1-0. Then week 7 against Samates 1-0, but they drew against Young Apostles and lost against Heart of Lions. So Kotoko playing home, looking at their record, then Nations playing away, looking at their record. Is there anything to write home about?
2 teams in this Premier League that they play very similar. It's Pando Heart of Lions and Nations FC. They use the same system, they use the same variation, they have quick attackers as well. And you mentioned earlier, Pando Heart of Lions came here and beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko by a lone goal. That's what Kotoko would have to watch out, because these 2 teams, they are very similar. The time they met, they normally play draws because they play a very similar game. And I expect Kotoko to have worked from their loss especially against Pando Heart of Lions, to be able to face Nations FC today, because they are very similar. They play the same system. They have similar abilities of the players that they use to play in Pando Heart of Lions. So I expect Kotoko to have worked on their loss against Heart of Lions to deal with the issues coming today.
So we bring you everything behind the scenes before the match start, and home arrival. Watch Kumasi Asante Kotoko with their beautiful colors. Look at their bus. Just arriving at the Lakers for stadium.
You cannot say much about Kotoko because they know the trend. They've been there. When you talk about the times of Herbert Mensah and the rest, they know branding. They know they are very organized. So you cannot say much about Kotoko because they already know it. They've been there. They're a top side. There's nothing negative you can talk about Kotoko except probably on the pitch, which they are facing now. And I believe it's something which comes and goes. I believe coach is experienced enough and he will deal with the issues that he's been faced with. And today, I believe the fans are in their numbers here to watch how coach and the players will deal with the issues that they felt they met weeks ago. So last week that they also lost. I believe today is going to be probably a draw or a win for Kotoko.
So Kotoko, their destiny is in their hands. Either they win or they draw. But let's look at the spectators. I was expecting that the crowd will be here massively, but we are not seeing most of the supporters here. What is the problem?
Najid, you know, Kotoko and Hearts of Oak, their fans are very emotional. These are 2 teams that the biggest teams in Ghana as we speak. They are the fattest following. And when things do not go right, during the early part of the season, you felt it. You realized how Accra Hearts of Oak fans were on the team. When they lost the first 2 games, they were at it. They were, they were everywhere, making sure that the players were on their toes. The coach did whatever he would do. And since then, you saw a bit of consistency in the team. And as we speak right now, they have improved, especially in defense for Accra Hearts of Oak. And that is what Kotoko fans are also doing to the team. They want to make sure the coach and the players are up and doing and performs, make sure they are up where they belong.
So that is on your screen is the home team Nations FC arriving from Abrankese with their bars, wonderful colors as you can see on your screen. So Nations FC last week Sunday were there, but they are here today at the Obuase Linclair Sports Stadium. So that is the arrival of the away team. Look at the confidence on their faces.
Nations, like I said, they because of their performance on the pitch, the way the management have managed the team very well. There's no way a player from the nations team would be probably feel jittery or in a way when you want to make him feel like he is not welcomed anywhere. Wherever they go, they have that confidence because they know what they are about. They are managed very well. They play very well. They know what they are. When it's time, when it's 3 o'clock and they walk out of the tunnel, they know what they are, especially what they are supposed to do on the pitch. They come here, they want to execute what they have been told to do. And that is Nations FC. They've done that throughout the season. That they played 11 games. They've just lost 1 when they went to the TNA Sports Stadium and met Mediema. Mediema is no pushovers. We know that. So losing 1-0 to Mediema is no news. We believe that the main job was after that match, how they've held themselves. They beat Vision FC at home by 3-0. After that game, they've also beaten Iswatreman 3-0. That tells you that they have the firepower up front, that they can score more goals. That is what Kotoko would have to work on because they would definitely come at Kotoko.
So we come to the individual players and look at the tactics from the 2 coaches. But don't forget, Coach Kasim Mingo said something. He said that Nations FC this season they are going to win the Ghana Premier League and they are also going to win the FA Cup. So that is a promise that Coach Kasim Mingo has promised his fans and spectators. So let's see whether they are going to win the GPL and the FA Cup for Dr. Kwamiche. Only time will tell. Now, quickly, I'll go over the squad for the 2 teams. We will look at officiating so far in the Ghana Premier League. Then we will look at tactically what the 2 coaches brings on board. Now, for Kumase, Asante Kotoko, who are playing as the away side, Mohamed Kamara will be in post. We have Onel Dagwani Samba. We have Saka Dawoda, Michael Che Jamena, Elvis Che Bafo, Henry Kwame Ansu, Patrick Esiedu, Baba Yaya, Joseph Ablo, Lord Amwa, Andrews Intim Manu. So these are the guys who are going to do battle for Kumase, Asante Kotoko, and for Nations FC, those who are gracefully going to be invited on the pitch for Nations. We have Robin Oxman Sano, we have Nafiu Sule Mana, we have Boris Jigoni, we have Michael Aburokwa, Raymond Oko Grepman, Sadiq Alhassan, Abdul Karim, Samuel Osai Ekofo, Emmanuel Buahin, Fesa Chawote, the talisman, the goal scorer, the leading goal scorer in the GPL. And now then we have Prince Badu completing the list for Nations FC. The center man for this afternoon's match is Vomawo George Mauli. First assistant is Esau Henry. Second assistant is Alugwami Michael. Then the 4th official is Misbah Mohammed. Now, the match commissioner for this afternoon is referee retired CM Achacha. So, Phil, these are the guys who are going to do battles for both Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, then Nations FC. Let's look at the individual players, their brilliancy, and what they bring on board.
I would say 2 players that both sides would definitely miss in this game are Razak Simpson and then Emmanuel Entry. Both from Emmanuel Entry from Kotoko, who is an attacker. He's created so many chances for Kotoko. They will definitely miss his services today. As for Razak Simpson, I believe everybody knows what he's done, what he's been able to do for Nations FC. His absence would definitely be felt in this game. But they have equally able defenders that can also walk in as he is not in the team today. That would also perform very well at the back. At the back, they have Nations FC, they have Osei Kufuor, they have Amankwa, and then they have this third centre back as well, making they are very solid. Abrokwa is the name. They are very solid at the back, very tall, very aggressive, and controls the ball very well. Normally, when you can find centre backs that they are very tall and very aggressive, very physical, but cannot control the ball. Believe you me, these boys, they can control the ball, they can dribble players, even in defense. They are very composed at the back, and they have held their own at the back against any other team that they have faced. So I believe they are going to be the pillar at the back for Nations FC. In attack, you already know Chawote and Biboris, who are Biboris has only scored 1 goal, but Chawote is the leading top scorer for in the Premier League,
with 7
scoring
goals.
7 goals. So I believe he is definitely a threat. And the way he plays, you would never know where he would be at a certain point in time. You will find him in midfield. The next time you see him on the left wing, because they play they play wing backs. You will definitely find him during attacks. You find him on the wing, on the left wing most of the time. Sometimes you find him centrally, just in front of the goalpost, and you do not know what he is capable of. I like how he is quick. He knows he knows. I don't know, but I believe they know his strengths.
Because when you look at the telepathy between them,
exactly,
very, very wonderful. The
very
cohesiveness,
wonderful.
they move together.
They move together, and the next time you see Biboris in central position, you will find Chawote behind him. The next minute you find Chawote drifting wide to the left. Most of the time you see him drifting wide to the left, and you see Biboris moving to the right. And then you see other players, especially Prince. He also moves centrally into the box. So you cannot tell where he would be at any point in time. The only thing you have to do is to defend, because you don't know what he is capable of. And today, probably last week, you interviewed him. He was like, he is definitely going to take the goal king this season. And I believe he knows what he's doing. He knows how he will get his goals. Kotoko would have to be wary of that chap.
So that is Faisal Chawote, and the boy from Akache, that Kasim Mengel, is making a name out of him now. So he'll be leading the attack for a Nations FC. But let's look at tactically the two coaches. They are playing 3-5-2. Now you know the 3-5-2 system, just to have another advantage or another man in midfield, just to boot your system. But the 3-5-2 system, let's look like the two coaches. Do you think that they are going to play to the tune of to the other, or maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes there will be variations?
Kotoko would definitely start with a 4-4-2 system.
Okay.
Because to me, I believe the strength of Nations FC is too much for Kotoko, for them to play the same system with them. They will be beaten. They would have to resort to the 4-4-2 system and to try to keep the wing backs at bay. That is how they would be able to stop them and use long balls. Use the wings most of the time, because what I see is that most of the time when the Nations FC defenders are faced with crosses from the wings, they either make mistakes, but there's always one man lurking to clear whatever mess there is.
Okay.
Yes, that is what has kept them going this strong, not conceding too many goals. But Kotoko would have to use the wings and to push at least 3 men into the box anytime they send balls into the box.
Okay, so that is what Phil is saying. So the 3-5-2 against the 4-2 system. So which coach is going to carry the day here at the Linclair Sports Stadium? As I told you, it will be live on Metro TV, live on Original TV, as well as Alpha Sports Channel. It will be live on Net2 TV. When you go to the GFA app, it will be live there. So on Facebook, it's AFA Sports _GH. It will be live. Then Play XRX. That one too, it will be live there. So as I told you, I'm here with Mr. Fuana. My name is Akwesi Ajimampe Jr. We are bringing you the best of sports from Linclair Sports Stadium, and it is the Ghana Premier League match day 11. Let's shift our attention before we come back to Kotoko's match. Accra House of Folk now in Karela. Let's talk about that match before we end with Kotoko's match.
Hearts of Oak trend for some time has been, if they don't get a win, they make sure they don't concede or they get a draw. So I believe that is the same terrain Ouattara will use when he travels out. Karela, I believe, are also dominant and would probably, they know the strength of Hearts of Oak. They know Hearts of Oak are also in a good shape. So they will try as much as possible to break the defense of Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak are missing the services of certain key players that were injured last week against Vision. Vision were very strong, very aggressive on them last week, but Hearts were able to take the 3 points from them. They lost certain players. I don't know whether they are fit enough to play the match today, but they are all defenders. Emmanuel Befi, Amankwa as well, and then Amofa had a back injury. I don't know whether he will be able to play the game today, but I believe Hearts of Oak has able replacements as well that can also walk into the team and play like the injured players as well. They would have to definitely, if they want to keep up the recent form and the way they are going, they would have to at least, if going out there is difficult, they would have to at least nick a point out there and send it to Accra.
So Karela will be playing against Accra House of Folk. So you know some of the chases are happening at other centers, and I told you we are bringing you the live match from Linclair Sports Stadium. It is Kumasi Asante Kotoko who are playing against Nations FC. We are talking about individual players. Baba Yaya will be starting for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Abet Amwa, the second leading goal scorer, will not be starting because he's just coming from injury. Is it going to have an impact? Is it going to have an effect on the setup of Kotoko?
Definitely would have a problem because your leading striker, who knows how he does it, is not in the team. And like I said, Kotoko does well with the chance creation. They are always on point. You'll find them sending balls to players to shoot. But then I don't know what the problem is. But I know they are working on it. One other issue that I would mention about Kotoko is after Frederick Asari conceding that 2 goals against Lagos Cities. They've not used him.
Yeah, now they're using Mohamed Kamara.
Yes, and Kamara is also conceding goals. A goalkeeper which you started the season that kept certain clean sheets for you, helped you to win games, and because of Lagos City's conceding, probably he made mistakes that I didn't see.
Because they were saying that the anticipation was wrong. How he moved, where his position, everything was wrong.
Yes, I do understand. Such things do happen in a game. But you do not send or you do not bench certain experienced goalkeepers in. You just talk to him. You make him aware of his mistakes and let him work on it. But benching him and bringing a new goalkeeper who probably you are also trying and you want to throw your weight behind, it's not helping. In the 2 games that he was imposed for Kotoko, he lost those 2 games. So did they go or did they come? I believe that they would have to speak with Asari for him to grow his confidence again and put him back in post. I believe he's a very lovely chap. He is very good as well. These things do happen. It's football. These things do happen. So they would need to reconsider because I have faith in that boy. I know he will do well.
So Phil, let's look at officiating so far. Match day 10. We are now moving match day 11 now. After match day 10, the referees have shown almost 300 and something yellow cards. We have 14 red cards. Let's look at officiating so far and let's look at those will be officiating this afternoon. Referee George Maulu Vemawo, then Issa Harry, Michael Alugumi, Misbah Mohammed, and the match commissioner Christian Achacha. So let's look at performance of officiating.
Referees in the Premier League, I would give 85% to, totally, because you only have issues with some of the referees when they are refereeing in big matches, like a game today. You definitely find the fans arguing with referee, trying to shout out because they are not okay with probably the referee's decision. The referee is always closer to the ball than you, the fans, than even us that we cover the matches. So I believe, and most of the time we have the chance to even review the matches through replays, and we can tell that most of their decisions has been spot on. But you find fans definitely shouting out insults and all that just because their teams are not performing. Accra Hearts of Oak, when they lost against Gold Stars, they had similar issues that they could have even come into the game. They did not do well. The fans were on the referee and all that, but the referee was on point. To me, it was a fantastic game.
Okay, so live here at the Leclerc Sports Stadium, it is Nations FC Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and it is going to be an interesting, entertaining, fantastic match this afternoon here at the Leclerc Sports Stadium. You know, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they have adopted the Leclerc Sports Stadium as their home venue now. So they are playing all their home matches here at the Leclerc Sports Stadium. In just a JFA, we'll be going to commentary position. Prediction, Phil? What the way you said home?
I normally don't predict during the start of the games, but I would probably do that at halftime. I promise you that.
Okay, Phil said he's going to do that probably at halftime. It's here at the Leclerc Sports Stadium, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who are playing against Nations FC. Playing against Nations FC. The match is live on Metro Television, live on Original TV, live on AFA Sports Channel, live on Net2 TV, on GFA app. The match is live there. Once again, my name is Nana Akwasi Ajima Prempe Jr. Phil was here with me. We are going straight to commentary position. Halftime, we'll be here for another discussion. So, if you are ready, Victor, take over with Phil.
Good afternoon, everyone. That is a beautiful area shot of the Barcelona Clay Sports Stadium. How's the two teams get battle ready? Nice area shot, isn't it? Nations fans out here in their numbers, but certainly They will be in the less majority, knowing well that Kotoko is playing home. The two teams battle ready in the tunnel. It's a top Asante region derby. But a cascading effect for Asante Kotoko fans to lose to teams that were considered a bit inferior to them in terms of player quality and their pedigree in the Ghana Premier League. It's quite disheartening. Puts it into perspective, the last 3 results. All of that behind for now. The big question is, can the Porcupine Warriors topple their opponent, Nation FC, and get a sweet revenge? Or will Nation FC hit back for the second time at the 25-time Ghana Premier League champions? Well, beating them, same applies to Nation FC's keeper, Razak Simpson. What a performance against Angola. It will wonder. And it means that we'll see different faces. And here's the Nations team. The former great Olympics man, Oko Gripman, come in place of Razak Simpson, as well as Boahini Emmanuel coming in place of Richard Beku, who will be starting on the bench into this game. For Asante Kotoko, Emmanuel Entry have been replaced by Dramina, and hope to see what he brings on to the former University of Cape Coast captain. Also played a bit with Wafa. Now that's Sam Bownell. He will be the captain. Whilst Frederick Kasari will not be starting between the two sticks. And also because Razak Simpson is absent, it is going to be the big man himself, Robin Sonon, who have been handed the captain's armband into this game. Now the experienced Votmawa Mauli will be the center referee for this afternoon's game. And he'll be assisted by Esau Henry. Assistant referee 2 is going to be Michael Alugumi, whilst Misbah Mohammed will be the 4th official. Match commissioner is Christian Achacha. And we're looking set to roll the dice from here. But a big talking point ahead of today's game is Faisal Chawate. It's been a very, very incredible form, scoring 7 goals already, leading the goal scoring chart after finding 2 against Instructryman at the Dr. Chase Sports Complex last weekend. But unfortunately for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, their target man, Abed Amwa, will be coming from the bench. There's been a lot of talk about this man, Dr. Prosper Gum. He's come under heavy scrutiny after losing 3 times on the road. And most of the fans feel that he should be given a match in order. But again, Asante Kotoko's owner, Katumfo, is giving him a bit of time to see what he can do with his quality side. In terms of player quality, you cannot question the credibility of this Porcupine Warrior team. We'll get to see the starting lineup. But here's Coach Kasim Mingo, another very experienced gaffer. Knows very well what it means to play against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And a Guinean, Muhammad Kamara. He's conceded in the last 2 games. He's featured for Asante Kotoko. And he'll be hoping to keep a clean sheet. So there we go for the first 45 minutes here at the Boise Lane Clay Sports Stadium. My name is Scott Vector, and alongside me in commentary position is Phil Annan. Well, yes, Nations trying to push forward. Well, quickly. And that'll be the first attempt. Certainly a goal kick picked up by the big man, Kamara. And that was a sweet attempt, isn't it? From Buahini. He was coming for Richard Berko. Has brought up front once again, but there's a bit of clash with two players going to the ground. That's Babayaya, who stays on the turf. Looks to be Suleiman Husseini, who seems to be in a bit of trouble as well. He's been a very enterprising player to watch. I've already gotten his name on the score sheet a few times already. It was right at the money in the 44 set. Prince Bedu. And that is a red alert. Now we've got a very physical game at hand. And the game, now two teams are not going to be retracting at all. As the medical team attend to them. But just look at the challenge between these two players. Oh, it's a bit crazy, isn't it?
It's a very aggressive attack. A very aggressive challenge. And like you said, it's going to be a very physical battle between these two teams.
Well, here's Kotoko starting from the right-hand side once again. He'll have to come for it. It's brought in. That's a first attempt for Kotoko, and it's well parried. And it's well taken care of by Robinson on.
Exactly what we anticipated. Kotoko would have to be using the wings if they really want to score goals in this game.
That's a quick impact from Babayaya with a lovely header straight into the waiting arms of Robin Sadon. And already Kotoko are beginning to show why they will need some sort of point from today's game. Here's Bedu, we put it up front. And straight into Kotoko's player. Samba Wanel fails to get it. He's hit onto the far side for Chawate. Wasting a bit of time, but managed to buy a bit of space and found Suleimana. And it's back to Brokwa. They'll still try to come forward. Nations really enjoying possession at the moment. And it's the man in the third shot who push it away. Gripman. A lot of twisting and turning, and again Kamara is at the right place. And it's coming off the big man himself, Buahini once again.
Both teams will definitely use the wings to send balls into the box. And that is what both teams' defenders would have to work on. And they would have to be on their toes in this game.
And it's back to Nations half. It's pushed up by Robin. To nobody in particular. And that'll be a train advantage already to the Porcupine Warriors. And quickly taking it up front. That's Jay. Oh, there seems to be a struggle on the far side between himself and Suleimana. Here it comes into the middle. It's a big push from behind. But Big Boris, Davao International, finds Chawate ample space. Let's go upload to bit. The arriving is Buahini, sends in the killer. And they stayed out, but it stays with Nation, causing a bit of panic in Kotoko's penalty area.
Nations FC will definitely be controlling the game in and around the box of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The defenders of Kotoko would have to be up and doing.
That's another man on the ground at the moment for the Porcupine Warriors. And it's Babayaya once again. Who goes to the ground. It's beginning to be a bit worrisome for the Porcupine bench. With the quality of players they got. You know, already Babayaya has gone down for the second time. Under 4 minutes.
The confidence of the nation's players is something to talk about. They are so confident of Kotoko, and Kotoko would have to be up and doing, especially the defenders. Nations FC are no pushovers. They control the game and they will bring the game into your box. Kotoko would have to be up and doing.
Here's Kamara. That's a long way past front. And you know he's looking for the likes of Saka, Dauda, and Che. And the big question is, can he find him? Here's Samba. Sending it up front.